Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. The Unified School District of Pere heard more details to expand the district, potentially building a new high school and repurposing other buildings to address a growing student population there.
Overcrowding has become a challenge for the schools in the district, and now we're learning more details about the plans. Emily Riley joins us in the studio with what the task force has mapped out so far. Emily.
Cami and Bill, this meeting tonight gave a lot of information. It came from the task force in charge of this project. Fox View Intermediate is over capacity. De Pere Middle School is at its recommended capacity, and De Pere High School is nearly full. Members on the task force suggested the new high school increase to 1,800 students. They also recommended the new building be located on the green space between the current high school and Dickinson Elementary. As we reported, it would have a cascading effect as different buildings would become different schools. De Pere High School would become a middle school for grades 7 and 8 and house all 4K and early childhood learning services. The task force says the recommendations would cause the mill rate to increase by $2.84 for a total of just roughly $8. Board members expressed concern over possible traffic congestion with the new plan and also making sure the school would be large enough to consider future enrollment growth.
My concerns, like everyone else, is the congestion. I like the centrality of the services. Just want to make sure that we have this level of comfort that it's going to work in that location.
Task Force committee members also say enrollment projections show an increase in students. That doesn't fully account for the number of students the Southbridge Connector could add. Looking ahead, the district plans to go to the referendum to secure funding to build the new school and maintain its operations. Bill and Cam